So far with new releases for 2026, it has been absolutely incredible. So I'm very excited to see what the next few months of this year are going to bring as far as new books. I am very fortunate enough to be able to receive so many of the books before they come out. So let's go ahead and open up all of these packages. This is all of the mail that I received in the entire month of January. I have a ton of these like hard cardboard book packages. Let's start with these. Alright, let's check out this first stack of books. First we have what looks like a thriller releasing in March. This is called Missing by E.A. Jackson. In this unputdownable crime thriller, a detective returns to a 30-year-old case, an infamous disappearance in London, that has haunted her entire career and now may jeopardize her future. So we're revisiting a missing persons cold case. The Grand Scheme of Things by Warona J. The paperback copy, I actually read this when it first came out in hardcover, and I have not read anything else like this. This is such a cool literary fiction story, I think I would call it. It's about a black woman who's an aspiring playwright, but her play scripts keep getting turned down. So she gives her script to a white man to pass off as his own, and it gets instant sensation. This is a great story. The first time I saw him by Laura Dave, I'm behind. I need to read this one. I did read her very first book and really enjoyed it, but it's been a very long time. This one is releasing in July. The Dahlia Suite by Karen Jade. I love this cover. This is giving like high society, rich people doing crazy things type of thriller. Let's see. This is about 3 women that come together to investigate a string of haunting disappearances in a tropical paradise. It does take place in the Caribbean's most exclusive resort. This one sounds really good. Next we have Pomona Afton Can So Solve a Murder by Bellamy Rose. I want to say I might either already have a copy of this book in hardcover or that it's part of a series and I have one with a similar title. I can't recall. But I believe this is like a satire thriller, like murder mystery. This is actually a really short book too. I need to get started on this one because I think I would really like this. The Valencia X-Hat Club by June Patrick. This one releases in June. This is a heartwarming novel following a recent divorcee's escape to Spain, where delicious food, romantic adventures, and the transformative magic of starting over leads her to reconnect with family, forge new friendships, and rediscover herself. How to Lose a Goblin in 10 Days by Jessie Silva. There's only room in this cottage for one of them. A cozy tale of comfort and warmth unfolds in this debut novel following a halfling and a goblin who must learn to love each other despite their differences. Why is that so cute? This is giving such cozy cottagecore vibes. And the last one from this stack releases in July, When Mikan Road Was Ours by D.K. Furutani, maybe? Possibly? This one is set across 4 generations of a Japanese-American family living in California's vibrant agriculture heartlands, exploring the sharp edges of inheritance and what it means to truly belong. Okay, we're off to such a good start. A lot of these seem to be coming out in like the summertime. I'm gonna get started on some of these books over here because this is kind of falling over. Okay, let's start with this box here. This is so cute. There's some goodies in here. This is for the finished copy of No One Would Do What the Lamberts Have Done. This has been on my want to read list since I knew it was coming out and I haven't gotten to it yet. It's such a fun sounding book. It's about a family who leaves town and leaves everything behind in order to protect their dog, who I believe does something horrific. I just feel like I'll probably never read another book like this. I really hope it's a hit for me. There's also some of these inside, which my own dog is gonna love. And this, I believe, is a like little hanky for the dog. So cute. Next, this one came with some goodies as well. This is Age of Calamities by Sina Ahmad. It's a genre-defying, mind-bending collection of absurdist, funny, and speculative short stories. It also came with a little cute packet of annotating supplies. And this, let's see what's in here. Oh, some art for the book. Very pretty and very detailed. The next one I have is Ghost Town by Dr. James R. Gregory. I love the cover of this one. It takes place in a 19th century coal mining town. I am very excited for this next one, just going off this cover. It's She Thought She Was Safe by Terry Parlato. I feel like I've read a book from this author before, but I can't think of what it might be called. This cover is giving thriller. This is the exact type of book that I will pick up off the shelf just because of the cover. I don't want to read what this one is about just because I love going into books like this blind, but it's also really short. This is going to be a fast read. This one is absolutely stunning. It's called The Wandering Queen by Claire Haywood. Look at the cover. Really, really pretty. An epic and fiercely imaginative retelling of the story of Queen Dido, the legendary founder of Carthage. This one is giving like whimsical, mythical fantasy vibes, for sure, especially from the cover. This is another book I'm so excited for. This House Will Feed by Maria Turiad? I give up. I love this cover. I have been waiting for this one to release. I'm so excited for this book. 100% this is giving haunted house vibes. If I'm wrong, I'll be shocked. Ours is a Tale of Murder by Nora Murphy. I've actually heard good things about this one already. It follows 3 different families in one quiet neighborhood, and they are all bound by murder. That is right up my alley. The last one here that I have is A Stage Set for Villains. This one came with a cool magnetic bookmark. This is just an ARC copy. This one is a fantasy book. It says Caraval meets One Dark Window in this lush and dark fantasy. I loved One Dark Window. I did not like Caraval. This is gonna be so hit or miss for me. I don't know, but I'm very excited to find out. This is a very chunky book though. Look how thick it is. Okay, I'm gonna move on to this stack and then I'll probably pull some from over here just so I can have a little bit more room. From the Nerd Fam, they always send the most coolest PR packages. This is The Light Under the Shadow Wing. This is book 1 in a romantasy series. It does have dragons, some really cool artwork, and it also came with a little hoodie, or a sweatshirt, I should say. This is so cool. This comes out in February. This is a fantasy about phoenix riders. So I don't know if this is meant to be a dragon or a phoenix. Next we have this boxes for the X's. Wrong way. This is another book I'm really excited to get to. I believe this is a psychological thriller, which are my favorite. I think it's about a woman who is trying to find the perfect man, but her last 3 exes are 3 very good reasons why she needs to be extremely careful, and she doesn't like talking about what happened with them very often. It's giving very like mysterious vibes, which I love. This book I am so excited for. Okay, so 2 books came in the same package, and it is a new release from Anne Sophie, and I can't remember how to say this last name, although one of you guys once told me how to say it, and I still can't remember. It's French, and that's not my expertise at all, so I can't even like give it a good attempt. But her newest book is called We Would Never Tell, and this comes out in April. She is the same author as The French Honeymoon, which they also sent a copy of this because I think it just recently released in paperback. I loved this book. I thought this one was such a good read and so much fun, so I cannot wait to dive into this one. Then we have these 2 books also came in the same package. This is from Union Square. I really like this cover. Vervain Hollow by Catriona Silvey. This is a gothic thriller full of desperate devotion and twisted obsession. Perfect for fans of V.E. Schwab and Sylvia Moreno Garcia, which I am a fan of both. Oh, it starts out by saying 2 years ago, Laura was in a cult. I'm sold. I can't wait to read that one. The next one in that same package was Death Do Us by Ruthie Mason. This one is a literary horror about the literal unraveling of a woman moving ever closer to marriage. I love a good spiral into madness book. That sounds like that's what that might be. Oh, a copy of Run on Red by Noelle W. Eiley. This was just recently re-released. I don't know why, honestly. This is one of her very early books, if not her very first book. I'm not sure which one was her first book, but this was the first one I ever read from her. So it looks like it's being re-released, and I think, yeah, it's gonna release with a sprayed edge edition. This one is just an ARC, which is unusual, but I love her books, so this is really cool to have. Then I have a copy of Wicked by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This one is coming out in February. I've heard such great things about this book, although I haven't read her very popular series. I feel like I'm the only one who hasn't read that. But this one looks really cool. I'll have to give this one a try. Also, it takes place in New Orleans. I love books that take place in Louisiana. Then the last one is When You Come Back to Me by Emma Scott. This is a book 2, and I have not yet read the first book, although I believe I do have it somewhere. I'm slacking on that. I think that's a romance. Let me open some of these. Moving along to this stack here. Breaking Bianca by Sara Ennis. This author actually reached out to me and asked if I would like to receive a copy of her newest release, and I didn't hesitate to say yes because I've read one book from her so far and it was really good, right up my alley. I have been slacking though because I know she has several other books that I've been wanting to read and I just haven't gotten to them yet. So Breaking Bianca, I'm gonna dive into this one. This is a very dark thriller, I believe. This one comes out in May. The Hope Keeper by Heather Webb. This one's like a literary historical fiction. It takes place in 1919 and it follows a woman that comes from a jeweler family. Trading Prisons by Alicia. The author of this book is actually donating a portion of all of her proceeds to the domestic violence hotline. I believe that this is a book about all of the different types of prisons you can belong to, whether it's literal or figuratively speaking, or whether it's mentally speaking as well. Like, I think this book is just a deep exploration of the types of prisons we can find ourselves in. I'm really excited to read that one. Let's open up this one. This is such a beautiful book. So this is called Soraya Hane by V.A. Barry. I believe this is a super spicy fantasy type of book. It also came with this really pretty art card. A Sociopath's Guide to a Successful Marriage. That is so funny. I believe this one is like a humorous satire thriller. The paperback copy just released of The Safari by Jacqueline Goldis. I loved this book. This is a family-centered thriller that takes place on a very luxurious African safari resort. Let's see, this next one is called Fire Exit by Morgan Talty. This is about a man named Charles who's watched the life he may have had unfold across the river. He's caught brief moments of his neighbor Elizabeth's life from the day she came home from the hospital into her early 20s, but the secret that he's been keeping is that Elizabeth is actually his daughter, and it's a secret Charles is no longer willing to keep. Lost in the Summer of '69 by Eliza Knight, coming out on June 9th. This one follows 3 generations of women, a legendary summer of music, and the epic cross-country road trip they'll never forget. This one is called One and Only by Carla Sorensen. This is a pretty cover. This one is for sure a romance. This one here, The Death-Made Prince by Lisette Marshall. This is book 1 in a series. This is about a rune witch on the run who has only one option left, which is to join forces with the sarcastic, unpleasantly gorgeous necromancer that she loathes. Is giving enemies to lovers. Here's a box for May Cobb's new book, which I'm also really excited to read. All the Little Houses. I haven't seen anyone review this one yet. It's a deliciously wicked new thriller about mean girls, mean moms, and the delicious secrets inside all the little houses. This box right here is such a cool package. This is a book that I have been wanting to add to my shelf for a while. Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. I love this author, and you guys know I don't read a ton of romance, but she's one of the authors I will read anything that she writes. I loved this book, and I don't yet have a copy, so I was super excited to get this package, but also because they partnered up with Olay, and so in here they also sent me 2 Olay products, which I'm so excited to try, and I just thought this was such a cool package. This is an eye wrinkle correcting treatment and a face and neck treatment, and both of them are fragrance free, which is a must for me in my skincare. I'm gonna quickly open up the last few. Okay, this is a stunning book. This is called Ravage by Al Rook, and look at this cover. This is the first in a new series. This takes place in a world where more children are being born with special abilities. We were 6 of the ones kidnapped and hidden away for testing and training. We band together and became a family until one of us was killed. The others turned on me and left me for dead. 5 years later, and I'm on a hunt for vengeance against the organization that's still stealing and brainwashing gifted kids in secret. I love this. This sounds so good. This one right here, Dragon Cursed. This is by Elsie Kova. This one is a dragon-based fantasy book. It says the moment you see a dragon is usually your last. The Briars by Sarah Crouch. This is a newer release. I haven't read this one yet. It's a lush, atmospheric novel of suspense following a young woman whose job as a game warden puts her in the path of a murderer in a small town eager to protect its own. This next book right here, I'm super excited for this one. This gives me the heebie-jeebies. It's called The Drop, and look at that cover. It's about the highest roller coaster in the world, 650 feet above the ground, where no one can hear you scream. And I don't know what happens in this book, but it sounds really anxiety-inducing. Skylark by Paula McLean. I believe this is a historical fiction book. Little Disasters by Sara Vaughn. She thought she had the perfect family, but everything can be broken. She's a stay-at-home mother of 3 with boundless reserves of patience, energy, and love. Then one moment changes everything. I don't want to read anymore because that sounds good and mysterious and I need to keep it that way. And finally, the last book I have is Tell Me Lies. This book, I have never read this book, and I feel like everyone has read this book or at least seen, what is it, the Hulu show that is based off of. Tell me what you think of this one if you've read it, because I feel like it's really popular and everyone has read it, but I have no idea what this is about. Even the back cover is like slightly vague and I don't want to read too much into it because I prefer to go in blind, but I need to finally get to this book. That's a wrap for all of the book mail that I had to open. There are so many new books coming out. I really have my work cut out for me with all of these. I always have the hardest time choosing what to read next because there's so many to choose from. I literally get overwhelmed. Huge, huge, huge thank yous to all of these publishers and authors and PR people who get these packages together and send them out. I'm so grateful to be on the receiving end of these books, and I can't wait to read them and report back to you guys. Let me know which ones you guys are most excited for, and as always, thank you so much for watching. I will list all of the publishers who sent book mail down in the caption below. I'm forever grateful for them and to you guys for watching my videos and interacting with me and talking about books. So thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.